Hello people and welcome back to yet another episode of the Business Buzz with me Leanjo Kimaina, and today's episode we are going to talk about networking and connections. We're going to pick up from the last episode where it was about brand identity, and here we'll teach you how to build a business and understand the market. I have a guest with me today, and I'll allow him to introduce himself before we begin the interview. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Tim Tokok. I'm a young entrepreneur, and thank you for having me in the show.
So question one to you, Clement. In networking and connections, and starting with networking itself, how do we build networking as a business person now?
According to me, I believe that the best way to build stable networks and have connections that can help in business. One thing I would advise someone is mostly to attend these business exposés and these conventions, get to meet new people, talk to them, avail to them the whatever you can bring to the table, and just get to know people. Any event that you get to attend, at least ensure you socialize and get to know at least one or two people. And then the other source of connection normally is your friends, your close circle, and the people that are close to you. Ensure that apart from your friendship, you make them know, you let them know what you have going on. Because probably one or two of them might actually be having some knowledge or some useful resource for you.
Thank you very much. And a follow-up on that, I would like you to explain how networking has been able to help businesses, or has helped you yourself in your business.
Okay, so mostly I'll talk on behalf, let me say so, of the startup businesses, of the young people that are here to start businesses. One way in which networking and connection can help you is that as you start a business or as you venture into entrepreneurship, there are a lot of challenges that startups or young people normally experience when they get into the field of business. An example is regulatory hurdles. You might be getting into the business, but you may not know what the government or what the authorities require of you. So you may end up messing and be on the wrong side of the law, which of course may have a toll on your business. But in the case you have a mentor, someone who you are connected to, some network, then I believe you can get appropriate guidance on how whatever thing you're doing has to be done at its startup stages. Another thing, young people, of course, the greatest setback to starting a business normally is the capital. Through networking and connection, I believe one can be able to have access to grants, loans, and even just financial aid to start a business. I think probably just to mention, those are one among few ways in which networking and connection can help a business.
I love your talk on the startups. We would also like to know how to connect with people in the networking and connections. So connections, we would like to know how to connect with people, and also how to maintain the consistency in the connection with the market.
Okay. One sure way to maintain this connection is that ensure that for each and every connection or for each and every network that you created, don't be the parasite in that relationship. Ensure that the connection you have with the person who is your mentor or whoever is connecting you to whatever resource, ensure that your relationship between you and them is symbiotic, in that at least there is something they are gaining from you. Okay, so it means that at the point when you want to start looking for connections or making networks, normally ensure that yourself, you have something you can present before someone. Have a skill or have something that you can put on the table. So it means that in as much as they are helping you, there is also something that they are gaining from you. So that thought of always gaining from you will always keep the relationship healthy and growing. Yeah.
I would like you to tell us some of the challenges or the challenging factors that might occur to someone in business that is looking forward to these opportunities in networking and connections for them to get prepared.
Um, Normally, most of these connections and this networking is that we get ourselves into 100% of the time, or probably 98% of the time, there are people we normally don't know. And we can't assume that everyone who is out there to help you has pure intentions. So you might bump into someone who, according to you, might be someone of capacity, who might be wanting to offer help or assistance of any sort. You trust them blindly, get into it, then you realize that at the end of the day you've been duped, you've gotten yourself into something that you are not aware. So I'd say, to me, that's a setback when it comes to connecting, especially with people you don't know. There is that aspect of trust. You really don't know why has someone really just decided to help you, yet they do not know you. So sometimes if you find someone, there are people, yes, who might be willing to help. They might start off with you, but after you've had some gains, they might do away with all of it. So I think the trust part is a setback. Yes.
Thank you so much. So trust is an issue in networking and connections. You need to know who you're building your trust with for you to get the networking and connections. You need to be aware of your environment. And last question for you, Mr. Clement, what favors are there in networking and connection? What is it that will make you tell people to embrace networking and connections for their businesses?
If you compare someone who is connected or who has network and someone who doesn't, the other one who doesn't normally has a very bumpy ride, cross maneuvering in the business world and the entrepreneurship scene. For them to catch up and have a business that is standing and running and stable, it takes them a lot of time, a lot of losses, a lot of resources. It really takes them a lot, because they are trying to do trial and error to see what works best for them. But connected to someone, compared to someone who is connected, they already have someone probably guiding them or taking them through or offering insights or pieces of advice. So they kind of just have a smooth ride. They know how to maneuver problems here and there, and that is very key for a business.
Thank you so much. And I would like still on the topic of networking and connections, a recap on the last episode, which was brand identity. Please explain how brand identity and networking and connections work hand in hand.
Oh yeah, brand identity, actually. As I was telling you that whenever you go to make connections or to network with people, you need to have something on the table. But it's not all the time that you normally have something to present before people. Probably it's your first time around this. So the idea of the brand that you really want to put up should be very captivating. Yeah. If you do something that other people have done, somebody will really won't find your idea interesting. But if you really have a strong idea, just the idea itself, a strong idea, you've done your research and the branding, everything is okay, and you've given it a proper identity that the people can really love to adapt to fast. There are such ideas normally, they normally help you at the negotiation table. So I think before you get into the world of looking for connection and networking, you really need to build that brand, that identity, even in its non-existent form, so that whenever you are explaining it to someone, they themselves can already perceive an idea. Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us on today's episode of the Business Buzz. I hope to catch you next time on our next episode, but I hope that you've learned something from today's topic, which was networking and connections. Thank you. You've been with me, Leanne Jokimaina. Have a very nice day.